Hi, my name is Shannon Sweeney. I'm a senior here at Southeastern University. Today I just want to take the time to talk to you about a new book that I read. It's called The Very Persistent Gappers of Frip. It's written by George Sanders, and if you've never heard of him, don't feel bad. I haven't heard of him either before reading this book, but coincidentally enough, the New York Times rated him the top most 100 influential people of the world. So if that gives you any indication of how good this book is, it really is just such a powerful read. George Sanders, he writes a lot of short stories for adults. One that was recently published in the New York Times was called The 10th of December. And his writing, even in this children's book, is so unique and the content is so mature that although a 3rd through 5th grader might be able to read through the book and decode it, they're going to need someone to help them work through the ideas and the content. So for that reason, I would really use this book in a middle school classroom, a high school classroom, with students that have abstract critical thinking and that can understand the depth of the emotion behind this book, because it is an emotional book. So to give you a quick synopsis, it's written about a town named Frip, and in this town, the people, they make a living off of raising goats and selling the goat milk. But unfortunately, they have a problem with the gappers. And gappers are these dim-witted little orange things with multiple eyes, and they come out of the seashore near the houses, and they leech themselves onto the goats, and they suck everything out of the goats until they can't sell the goat milk anymore because the goat dies. So, living in one of the houses is a young girl named Capable and her recently widowed father. And the gappers soon realize that her house is closest to the seashore. So instead of attacking everyone else's goats, they only begin to attack her goats. And Capable, it just becomes too much for her to handle. She doesn't have enough energy to come out 6 times a day, even maybe more, and wipe the gappers off her goats. So she reaches out to the town for help, and she writes them a story, and it says, "Dear friends, we need your help. The gappers are too much for me. They're killing our goats. Please help. I beg of you. Your friend, Capable." The neighbors read this letter and they laugh and they say, "Those aren't our goats. We're not helping her." So Capable, she has to think of new ways to make a living. So finally, Capable is doing great. She sold her goats, and her dad are really providing for themselves when she looks out her window one day and all of the neighbors are struggling. And they come to Capable and they say, "Capable, can you please help us?" And Capable says, "You guys you hurt me." So she goes inside and she makes herself a big dinner. And what she discovers is so powerful. She says, "And soon she found that it was not all that much fun being the sort of person who eats a big dinner in a warm house while others shiver on their roofs in the dark. That is, it was fun at first, but then it got gradually less fun until it was really no fun at all. Father," she said, "I guess we'll be having some company." So I just really love Capable. I love the journey that we go on with Capable. She's the main character, the most interesting in my opinion, and I like seeing her get so hurt by someone and find out the power of forgiveness and find out the power of helping others, and that really being alone isn't that fun. Ecclesiastes 4:9-12 says, "Two are better than one, for they help each other succeed." And I think it's just a powerful testimony of what can happen when a community comes together and helps one another. And that's why this theme and this story is great for the older students, because they're understanding that helping one another is important and that forgiving others is crucial in life. So I would recommend this to anyone, this book, whether you're 80, 18, or 6 years old, you might have to read it to them. but it's just a great read because it really resonates within your heart, and everyone can relate to it. Everyone can relate to the feeling of not wanting to help someone because of a previous hurt in their life that was induced by that person, but Capable realizes that it's better just to forgive that person and help them than to hold on to that bitterness in your heart. And that's what I love to read about this book. So my overall recommendation is that it's just a great read. It's mature, but it's interesting and engaging, and it really takes you on a journey of different emotions linked to forgiveness and helping one another. I just really think that the faith integration in this book is outstanding. And you don't even have to mention God if you're in a public school. You can just describe the power of forgiveness, you know? Everyone can understand forgiveness. So I just really recommend that you would read this book. It's in the Steelman Library, so I hope you check it out.